All right, so I wanted to do a second video, and this one is focusing on multiplying and dividing integers correctly. And I was going to mention that one of the big common errors of students is to mix up the rules that we have for multiplying and dividing integers, mix those rules up with the rules we have for adding integers. And so I wanted to make a really big point here that those two are totally different things. And we need to stay really alert about that. And I wanted to kind of share with you as well that if you saw my previous video on adding integers, that you'll know that there's like, when we add integers, there's a very deep concept behind why we add integers the way we add them. There's like an underlying concept. And when we do multiplying and dividing of integers, there's no deep understanding behind it. It's just, hey, let's remember the rule. For example, when we come to a red light and we stop, and everybody in the United States has decided that a red light means stop, and that's just the rule. There's not that, to my knowledge, any like deeper understanding of why, we go with green and we stop with red. To my knowledge, there's no like, other than just remembering the rule, there's no deeper understanding of why red is for, stop and green is for go. Like, we just decided, let's just go with that and let's just do that, and that's the way we need to approach the rules for multiplying and dividing integers. There's just rules, you just follow them. There's no deeper concept to understand there. Okay. So the rule for adding and multiplying integers is multiplying and dividing integers is if you have two negative signs. Okay, I think of it like this. Look at my hands. I hope you can see me. Little video of me. If there's two negative signs in a problem, they snap together and make a positive, because there's exactly two sticks right there. And so they just like come together and become positive. So automatically my answer becomes positive 2/3, because there was a negative sign in the numerator and negative sign in the denominator. Okay. And the same thing if I have -6 over +2, guess what? I have one negative sign like hanging out there. And so there's no other second negative sign to pop together and to make it positive. So my answer is just an A. I divide 6 divided by 2, that's 3. And so I get -3. Okay. And so if I had like a negative sign in the front, and I had a -2 and I had a -3, then I would just count the number of my negative signs, and each pair would make a positive, and then I could have several positives. That doesn't affect anything. But then, like, if I have an extra negative, the only thing is if I have a negative hanging out around, then it becomes a negative number. So these two, both the negatives on the 2 and the -3 would snap together to be a positive here. And then so it would be like a negative positive, be like a negative +2 over 3, which would just end up being a -2 over 3. Okay, because we can add as many negative signs. Positive, that's not going to change anything. Okay, so it's like these two snap together to make this positive, and then we still had one extra negative hanging out, so it ended up making the whole number negative in the end. Okay, so that's the rules for negative and positive multiplying and dividing fractions, or multiplying and dividing expressions. Okay. And the same thing if I have like -3 times by -2 and times by a -1. Then I have these first two sticks pop together and become positive. And so I get +6 from doing -3 times -2, and then I multiply by -1, and then I get -6. Okay, with that, with that. So basically, if you have an odd number of negatives, then it always becomes negative, the answer. And if you have an even number of negatives, then you have a positive answer always when you're multiplying and dividing. Okay, now it becomes a little bit more confusing. Let's just do a little example here that we have 5 minus a -3 times 2, right? Oh, let me put a negative sign in front of here. Okay. Now, let's understand a little bit about what's happening here. This here is a subtraction sign. This here is belonging to this 5. So really here, well, we'd have to do order of operations, but order of operations would tell us to do this multiplication first and then do this subtraction. So in this problem, I can't just, hey, there's 1, 2, 3 negative signs. The answer is going to be negative. We can't do this because this is an addition problem or addition subtraction type problem. So that we have to use the rules for addition and subtraction here. And we can only apply these rules for multiplication and division in this parentheses right here. So we would say -3 times divided or times by 2, and we get -6 in parentheses. And then we would say, okay, well, I take the opposite of an opposite, which is just back positive. So it'd be -5 plus 6, and then I would get a +1 as my final answer. So don't get confused. If there's actually subtraction going on, we have to state, hey, wait, I don't apply all those rules for just that belong to just multiplying and dividing to the subtraction and addition problems. Okay. All right. I hope that you found this very valuable, and I hope this helps you understand it more deeply. Okay. Bye.